Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about what happened to Martian Manhunter within the Injustice universe, and what's really going on with him now. Now, in order to talk about this character, we need to go to the very beginning. Now, as all of you do know, the main plot of the Injustice universe is Joker is responsible for having Superman murder his own wife Lois Lane, Metropolis is destroyed, and Superman kind of goes mad and not only kills the Joker, but creates a regime where he and his followers basically enforce world peace. Now, this doesn't really sound like a bad idea, but they do it with force, excessive force, which leads to many heroes and many villains becoming what is deemed really by the standards of war as collateral damage, including John Jones. Now, when the regime was starting out, the Justice League would be split in half. Many people were for it and many people were against it. This created two sides, that being the insurgency led by Batman and the regime being led by Superman. Now, things do quickly turn volatile as the two sides stand for different things. The insurgency, they'll live by the code of the original Justice League, whereas the regime lived by the code of always enforcing the law through the use of excessive force. So where exactly does John Jones fall into this? Well, being the heart and the soul of the Justice League, John could tell right from wrong and understood when someone's emotions was clouding their judgment, so he decided to go with the insurgency. Now, he would be sent undercover to investigate the regime under the disguise of Hawkgirl. He'd keep tabs on all of them and do his best to make sure that none of them kind of crossed that line and could just be seen as murderers. So John wasn't really hurting anyone. He just wanted to get information for the insurgency and try his best to stop heroes from becoming the very thing they used to fight. Now, during a confrontation between Batman and Robin, Martian Manhunter would intervene and attempt to take the young Damian back to the Watchtower. However, Damian's suspicions were raised when he was shocked to see how strong Hawkgirl had now become. So by throwing a flare grenade at the ground, he was able to deduce that it was in fact Martian Manhunter, who would then go to the Watchtower and inform them of the secret planted agent amongst them. And understandably, the regime were extremely unhappy about this and actually believed that Bruce himself had crossed a line, so they went to the Batcave to confront him and bring him in. Little did they know, once again, it was in fact John Jones, who did try to fly away but was chased after by Clark and Diana. Now, he did have a very personal one-to-one chat with Clark. You see, back on John's home planet, his people were enslaved by the White Martian, so he can relate to how Clark is feeling, and he really does understand what it's like to be stripped of the life you once had and the society you tried your best to protect. But before he's really able to talk to Clark and have him reconsider what he is doing, he's attacked by Wonder Woman, and out of self-defense he does fight back, in which he's able to morph his body inside Wonder Woman and says that he has seen the amount of destruction she has caused. He has been inside her mind and says that if he has to, he will kill her. So Diana turns herself towards Clark and makes him blast her with his heat vision, killing Martian Manhunter. Now, here are where things get quite sketchy. You see, in the first Injustice game, he is absent for the entirety of the story, but only does make a cameo in the background of the Watchtower. That is the only time we see him up until he was dropped in as DLC, where here we learn that he decided to stay within Atlantis, where he would be safe and out of the sight of many heroes, as he was considered by all of them at this point to in fact be dead. It's only until Clark is imprisoned in which he then resurfaces and begins to start forming a new Justice League. Now, from what we are aware of Injustice 2, a new somewhat Justice League is being formed, but it's only done when Brainiac starts his invasion, which then raises the question of whether or not Martian Manhunter at this point is still alive, because he's absent for the entirety of the game, because the last time we actually did see him is when he was apparently killed. And like I said, I am aware he does appear as DLC, but you have to think about the validity of downloadable characters, because this falls into the same category that Sub-Zero and Scorpion can make it into the game, with both obviously being non-canon. So what are the chances that this has in fact been applied to Martian Manhunter? It does kind of make sense. Also, we do need to take into account that during the story mode, when Black Canary and Green Arrow are captured, Green Arrow says this:
"Green skin. Smart money's on alien."
Martian? Like John Johns?
Now, there is quite a lot of meaning in this one scene. This means that ever since he entered this dimension with this universe's Diana, he's not since seen Martian Manhunter. This is the first time he's seen anyone quite like him. So we know for sure here that John has been absent for a significant amount of time. And I also want to raise to you all the question, if someone from another dimension can return to this reality, how come John Jones hasn't yet returned? So I'm just going to leave that question out there. I'll let you guys personally decide on what you think has happened to to Martian Manhunter? Do you think he's dead, or is he still alive? Is he still in hiding? Who knows? But in my own personal opinion, from all the evidence I've put here, I think that they have killed off John Jones. The Injustice universe is a very grim one, and it's never been shy to kill off a rather important person within the DC franchise. So please do keep that in mind, as this is the universe where Shazam and Nightwing were killed off. But yeah, this does wrap it up for the video, and hopefully this stirs a rather interesting debate about not only Martian Manhunter as a character, but also the validity of DLC characters and their place within the Injustice canon. Now if you guys really enjoyed this, I might do a video like this on Bizarro next week. Of course, if you do have a better suggestion, please put it down in the comments below. And just a heads up, for tomorrow, I'll be doing a top 5 things you probably didn't know about Raiden for Mortal Kombat, so please do keep your eyes out for that. And also, a friend of mine called Falcon is currently looking to take commissions for creating social media graphics. He does some absolutely amazing stuff. He's created graphics for people like Slayer, Omega K, and Madsen. He does some absolutely phenomenal work, so please go on Twitter and reach out to him, as he's really underappreciated and he is super talented. So please do go on Twitter and get some amazing background graphics sorted out for yourself. Now before this video wraps up guys, if possible, let's try getting it to about 500 likes. It's a great way of supporting this channel, as YouTube's ad system is broken as hell. So by giving it a thumbs up, it helps out a ton. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I'll see you all next time.